Met today have released this. It's called the Revo. I just wanted to show you that the channel is independent. We are supported by Leatt. Leatt also showed us their new range of accessories, which we will cover in our next video. I am here at the Bike Connection Agency, which is, don't forget, an event where we get to have personal contact with different small brands or big brands, and they give us a bit of an introduction. And I'm here now with Akil from Met. Met, as you know, produce helmets and protection with bluegrass, and I also need helmets because, as you know, I showed Akil earlier my crash video and the aftermath, and he was like, oh my God.
Pretty sketchy to watch.
Pretty sketchy, so there we go. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is you're going to show me some Met helmets because we've got a brand new helmet, haven't we? So can you give me a bit of a rundown?
3 new helmets, complete new collection, mountain bike collection, from the top of the line down to the entry of the category, with 3 new open face models. Starting with the top of the line, so the Revo, I can give you a quick introduction on the different features. So as a company, we really invest a lot in safety and trying to provide the best possible, let's say, construction of each model depending different and various protocol of testing. Over here, you can have a look to some of the crash test sample in the development phase across a multiple scenario of certification, and some of the 2 that we added to this model because that's multi-certification products, like the NTA testing, which lower the testing area to the temple area and the back part, and requires much higher impact energy. So much more close to what is the real life in mountain bike. Plus the Virginia Tech, which instead is a protocol around rotational impact testing, which investigate the helmet across 6 different points around the entire shell.
So this is an important point, everyone. Helmet testing standards are all a bit different, but it doesn't mean to say one is better than another. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So you can have one standard which has a focus on one way and another focus on another way.
Yeah, exactly. We as a brand, we try to pick the best out of all of them, or anyway trying to provide a complete solution according any different scenario. High impact energy standard, rotational impact technology, and in general creating a database which help us to keep the quality during the life of the product.
So if we take one of these helmets which has been tested, you can see inside it's like cracked because obviously they've tested it. So the cracking is a good thing. I mean, the helmet broke, not the person. And basically they've got different experiments here that they've done, obviously with different types of helmet construction or EPS, I assume. Is that the point? So get to the point where they can get to what we call their key model, or the one that they choose to take into production, which is, and this is the Revo.
So let's start from the visor. Yeah. So the visor is first adjustable, then is also flexible. Okay. So in case of a crash, it doesn't change the position of the helmets, but adapts on the ground, and then has a safety release system, which again, in case of a crash, helps the visor to snaps out, again, to avoid any influence on the behavior of the shell.
Speaking from the crash, this is a good idea.
Then we have a proper back coverage, as we've seen, also crash tested back coverage, temple coverage. We have the easy magnetic feed lock. The retention system has an adjustment at 360 degrees, so you will find also an head belt in the front, which makes a lot of difference in distributing the pressure all around your head to make it more stable and in the end more comfortable. MIPS that we choose, they provide different technologies. The one that we are using here is the MIPS Air Node system, so embedded into the padding, and you can find some small gel inserts in the back. And full wrap of polycarbonate, so no EPS is exposed. And an area where we really worked hard was the ventilation part, with the nice addition of an internal wind tunnel. Now in our headquarters, we are really able to run thermal testing through an headform, which give us data and an insight which is not based anymore on our expertise only, but we can really refine and fine-tune the air channeling to be more efficient and more effective than in the real use.
The most important point about the helmet is obviously cost. So what's the pricing on this model?
This is the top of the line of our collection and retails at 200 euros.
Okay.
Then we have other two models coming, as I was saying before, at 150 and one at 80 or 100, depending MIPS or no MIPS option, which will come a bit later in between May and June.
And they all have a very similar level of safety, yes?
Absolutely, the approach is always the same.
Always the same.
For the brand, it's always the same.
Okay, that's really important to know.
It's something that we have in-house. We use our internal lab. It's part of our expertise, which is more than 35 years in making helmets. And we are focused on just that. We don't do apparel or sunglasses or whatever.
Cool.
Our energy goes into this product only.
All right, well, thanks a lot. Okay, guys, don't forget to, if you've got any comments or questions, you can write them below in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer, and also any questions, we can send them to them to ask if you want to know more info. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye.